I remember when I was a kid, I was watching an old movie. Actually, it wasn't old, it was a timeless classic. It's about this British soldier fighting in the desert. He's a warrior, but he's isolated, outside his comfort zone, a stranger in a strange land. He actually begins to like the Arabs, who were supposed to be his enemy. Anyway, there's this moment when this hero, he's wandering. He's in some kind of trouble, and he's confronted by a fellow Brit. He asks him, "Who are you?" The warrior doesn't answer, because he doesn't know how. Because he doesn't know anymore. Somewhere along the way, after the blood and the bullets and bodies, the warrior, well, he lost himself. Became somebody else. Became something else. I think about the movie sometimes when I reflect on how I came to be. Stuff like this doesn't happen overnight. Change takes time. But as slow as that switch moves, eventually it goes from off to on, from black to white. And that moment can happen in an instant, faster than the blink of an eye. And the more dramatic the change, the more violent the event that accompanies it. That's how it happened to me. Not baptism by fire, but the rebirth because of it. I turned tragedy into opportunity, and set about being the best fighter pilot to ever strap on a jet. I succeeded because failure was inconceivable. Now I am feared by all who have chosen to pursue my line of work. But there's one pilot who might eventually become as good, perhaps better than I am. If that day should come, I will embrace it. The pilot's name is Arrow, Cole Bowman. He's had a rough time of it, but there's no denying his skills. I think that his father's talent has rubbed off on him. I also think he resents being trapped in the shadow of the old man. Not everyone can handle that. Right now, Arrow is young, cocky, prone to making mistakes. I've even jumped into a couple of his fights and saved him. No, not saved. Spared him. Not out of pity or some sense of honor, mind you. I have my reasons. For now, let's just say that I hate to see so much talent and promise go unfulfilled. I've seen it wasted before. I try not to reflect too much on the past, and like I said, I live in the moment. Still, every year that passes, I feel myself slipping a little. In my world, a millisecond can be an eternity, so you've got to make up for that loss with experience. But eventually, experience isn't enough to counter the effects of time. You lose your edge. Then you either get out of the life, or you lose your life. Pretty straightforward deal, actually.